Today we are taking a look at upcoming puzzle games releasing this year. I don't play that many puzzle games as they are usually a bit harder to find, not as high profiled as other genres in gaming, but when I looked at what's releasing this year, there seems to be a lot of interesting ones. I have found 10 specifically worth checking out. Let's get to it. First up is Boxes Lost Fragments. This one is already out, but I want to include it anyway. This game is all about opening boxes that are set up in the most complicated way possible. You play as a legendary thief on your next assignment that takes you to a mansion. You quickly find yourself no longer in control and trapped. In order to get answers and find a way out, you need to solve a bunch of puzzle boxes. I think this game looks really cool. I'm not the biggest puzzle box guy, but I know that there are several YouTube channels dedicated to this. I do find this game very intriguing. It reminds me a bit of the old puzzle games like Riven or Myst. This is developed by Big Loop Studios. Release was 1st of February. Tiny Room Stories, Rift Escape. I mean, this game looks so cute. Love the small escape rooms they have crafted for this game. Your wife have disappeared. As you are looking for her, you travel through space-time dimensions and solve puzzles in order to find her. And yeah, I mean, the game looks like small escape rooms. And I really like the mechanic that you can rotate the rooms and look everywhere. The game looks so clean. And I mean, this game doesn't need a story to make sense. And I think it's perfect they have chosen like space-time dimensions as a story because it opens up endless possibilities, exactly what this kind of game needs. This is developed by Kiri Games. Release is planned for Q3 this year. Islands of Insight. This is probably the biggest puzzle game I have ever seen. The game supposedly have over 10,000 puzzles across a world of floating islands. You play as a seeker who is on a journey of exploration and discovery. The game can be played alone or together with others, and you are free to explore all the biomes in the game. I mean, a really cool concept. The 10,000 puzzles are spread over 24 types of puzzles. That's a bit over 400 puzzles per type. I wonder if that's gonna get repetitive after a while. Maybe. Cool idea anyway, and especially that you can play multiplayer if you want. This is developed by Lunarch Studios. This game also just got released 13th of February, so you can check it out if you're interested. Isles of Sea and Sky is an open world puzzle game with some beautiful old school graphics. Reminds me so much of the old Zelda games. You awaken on an unfamiliar island with no memories. It's up to you to explore and uncover the game's story and hidden secrets. The game revolves around block pushing puzzles, and the game is going to be easy to learn and hard to master. As I mentioned, the game has an open structure, so if you get stuck, you can leave the puzzle and go and do something else in the game, and then come back to the puzzle you're stuck on later. Looks super cute. This is developed by Cicada Games. Release is planned for Q1 this year. Then we have Bionic Bay, probably more of an action-adventure game, but the game's swapping mechanic really makes it a puzzle game for me. In the game, you can place a thing on objects, and after that, you can swap places with that object. It looks really cool and fun. In the game, you play as a scientist that is trying to escape something. It doesn't look like the story is going to be the biggest part of the game. Gameplay, however, looks really fast, and I think you're gonna die a lot because this mechanic is gonna take some time getting used to. Bionic Bay is developed by Psycho Flow Studio and Marina Oi. Release is planned for this year. Paper Trail is a unique puzzle game where you fold a paper world to be able to progress. It seems to be starting off easy with some light folding, but then the game will introduce contorting, spinning, rotating and twisting as you progress, making the game harder and harder. The art style is beautiful, very simple and fits perfectly for this type of game. A very cool and unique type of game. I really love when you have to think outside the box. Looking forward to this one a lot. Paper Trail is developed by Newfangled Games. Release is planned for this year, no specific date. Town Frame is all about recreating towns from descriptions and wishes of your clients. Looks like a very chill game where you are giving images that have elements missing or are wrong. You now have to change and manipulate the image in order to get it right, switching out elements, discovering hidden things, changing the wind to affect the image, listening to soundscape, and more. Like Paper Trail, the graphics are very clean and simple. The game seems to have a lot of charming characters. This is developed by Norimo. Release is planned for this year. I brought up Planet Tiles in my Steam Next Fest video. I really like this puzzle game slash city builder slash strategy game. You essentially place blocks of different sizes and shapes on a planet to build a planet, and score as much points as you can. You start out with a fixed amount of blocks to place, you get more blocks to place for each 100 points you score, you get points you want to complete missions, and place the tiles of blocks in chunks of 9 to evolve them. There are a bunch of more factors, and it was really fun to play, harder than I expected. This is developed by Mythic Owl, release is planned for this year. In This Dead Winter, you play as a fox in a dark fantasy adventure. The game has a semi-open world with different biomes and a mysterious story told through it. The game have combat, you will unlock abilities as you play, and the game also have a big emphasis on environmental puzzles, and of course lots of secrets to find. This game is all over the place with interesting environments, monsters and characters, a very cool world they have built here, but also kind of haunting. Release is planned for this year, and the game is developed by Kiln Studios. Suckerbound Express is a puzzle pathfinding game combined with chemical bonding. You of course don't need any chemistry knowledge to be able to play the game. The game is all about finding the right path and combining molecules along the way. The game starts you off easy, as most games do, and will ramp up, introduce several paths and complex solutions as you progress. I think the game looks great, and if the trailer is anything to go by, the music will be chill and relaxing as well. This is developed by Jose Hernandez, Draknek and Friends. Release is planned for 22nd of February. Thanks for watching, hope you find a game or two you like. Don't forget to subscribe, see you in the next one. Bye.